A little bit further. Don't worry. No. Don't take off the blindfold yet. You'll ruin the surprise. Just give me a moment. And there we are. I told you I could carry you all the way to the top. Are you ready to apologize for thinking so little of me? Alright. Yes, the blindfold. Hold on. I want to make sure you are positioned just right. The sun's gone down in that direction, so I want you to be facing this way. I was buzzing from the moment you recognized those clouds this morning. It's been weeks since we had a good storm, since before you arrived. Really so. The conditions just haven't been right. But now that the rain's done and the sun has set, I can finally show you the sparkling sea of Kosalei Bay. I've been living here my entire life, and I still never get tired of seeing it. Look, you can see how the water literally glows, the way it reflects upon the boats in the bay. It casts light in those brilliant shades of purple and pink and aquamarine. Even the seafoam is a blinding bright blue. It will look like this for hours, even longer if there's moonlight to keep it active. You really like it, huh? I can tell from that smile. It's a stunning sight. Not much out there can compare. We've been studying the phenomena for centuries, and we still don't fully understand it. What makes the water glow like that after it rains? There's arguments about salt content and mineral deposits and atmospheric conditions, but the best our scholars can come up with is that the high concentration of magic in the area and the ocean being agitated by the storm sets it off. Oh hey, slow down just a little. I'm still a bit rusty with hand signs that aren't related to diving. Can you show me again? Related to hurricane parties? Yes, I can't believe you remember me talking about that. But yes, that's a big part of the reason we have our hurricane parties. During the biggest storms, we gather the whole port into the keep for shelter. And once the rain is gone, everyone pours out and onto the beaches. It's the strangest combination of cleanup and revelry you've ever seen. From what I've been told, my parents met at a hurricane party themselves. We should be able to see from here. Right on there. Can you follow my finger? It was actually very close to the beach where we met. They were pulling debris out of the glowing tiles. Glowing, injured people? Oh, I see. You don't need to worry. It's perfectly safe for swimming and fishing and all else. There's some Costellanas who swear by it as a hair treatment actually. I can't say that I've ever noticed a difference myself, but it definitely feels different to be out there. There's a different energy in the water. It feels more alive. People love to go out with their partners or their families and just strand in the surf, holding hands while the water moves and casts up light from below. However, scholars tell us that another hurricane is due in just a couple of weeks. It might even be sooner with the winds coming up from the south. And I will take you out there then, so you can see it up close. Oh, it will be brighter after the hurricane, believe me. This is just what comes from an afternoon drizzle, and even that looked much more vibrant just a few years ago. It feels like ever since Galacia and Sylvan broke the treaty, this year's gotten dimmer and dimmer. Nothing we research seems to turn up answers as to why. Just more questions. Why is the silken kelp receding? Where did the crystal shrimp migrate to? How did it die off? What happened to the pier by the cove? Why are the boards there so corroded when none of the rest of the bay is affected? And the missing people, 6 from here in the capital, and the islands are alone, vanished without a trace. Are they all connected? Are they all separate? Or what will future generations of Crosalians see when they look out at the bay? And with a squeeze of my fingers, you bring me back to the present. What did I do before you were here to help? Not much, apparently. Hey! The cheek. And when I was being so nice to you as well. I guess you don't want to see the other reason I brought you up here tonight. No, you made it clear that you think I don't have anything interesting to say. We can just go back downstairs again. It's starting to get pretty late. No, it's not late now, but it will be by the time we get back to ground level. I'm going to have to be careful getting you down all those stairs. I think it is necessary for me to carry you, especially after what happened during your dance lesson this afternoon. Stop. Don't interrupt. And what you told me when the nurse came. Do you remember what you said? You told me every step on the marble floor was like knives in your feet. That learning that jig was like the death of 1,000 cats. I really thought when you collapsed in the middle of the dance, I was worried you might. Thank you. My point is, there are way too many steps to get up here for me to make you do that on your own. End of discussion. Don't waste the trip then. Alright. I'll show you. Are you okay to walk a few steps over this way? What I want to show you is in the opposite direction of the shore. This is my great-grandmother's telescope. So eager. Go on, have a look then. She was almost as fascinated by the stars as you are. My great-grandmother. I never got to meet her, but according to my dad, she was something else. Had the most wicked sense of humor he ever knew. Her face was already half love lines by the time he was born. My great-grandfather apparently had a telescope installed just to keep her from hiking up to the top of that hill over there to get a good view. At least then he said it was less of a trek to go and get her when she fell asleep stargazing. You see how there's a bench built into the wall here? Go on and have a seat. My father says she was quite the diver, actually. For as star charts and analysis, she predicted the end of the war between Rosales and Orenza, even down to the reasoning why. She swore in all her notes the star said that Rosales' hair would come out of hiding to overthrow their regent, and then the bloodshed. It was as plain to her as if someone had whispered it in her ear. I'm afraid you already know more about divining than I do, just with the time you've had in our library. I'm told by the librarian that you nearly made yourself a fortress out of books on the subject after I left the other day. Oh, only 12 of them. Of course, that's hardly any at all. Future telling has never been my area of expertise. I'm afraid I see too many possibilities when I try, each of them equally as dizzying and overwhelming as the last. And the meditation aspect of it has always caused me trouble. My buzz is like a beehive in any kind of silence, but especially one as loaded as in meditation. Your silence is about the only kind I can stand. I even look forward to it when we've got to be apart. Well, I don't know how much prophecy or anything like that, but I can tell you a bit about astronomy. My mother is from the islands on the other side of the bay, Suna Satellini, and I teach you the constellations so you can sail without a map. I can show you one you don't even need a telescope to find. Do you want to try? Alright, first, I want you to look up and find the brightest star in the sky. Lift your hand and show me. Here, I'm going to move a bit closer, just up against your back like this, so I can show you. Okay, that's star there. That we are pointing to with my hand on top of yours. That star is the heart of the world. And do you see to the left of it? There, that sideways V of 3 stars, like a mouth about to grab it. And behind it, if you just follow our fingers where I'm moving them, those lines of stars that make a long cross on its side, that's the magpie, about to steal the heart. It was one of my favorite bedtime stories growing up. You don't know that story? I thought everyone knew the stolen heart. Oh wait, this is that amnesia again, isn't it? The medic said you might have odd blind spots. I just didn't expect. Oh well, like I said, it's one of my favorites. It's not like it's a chore to tell it. Look up again. See if you can point them out to me now that you've looked away from them. Oh, well done. Once you find the heart and the magpie, you can follow his tail to find your way north. Just like that, perfect. It's probably about one of the only times the magpie can be trusted. Well, the legend says, when everything was still new, just barely created, the gods had gathered around to discuss where they were going to put the heart of the world. It was made of powerful magic that they weren't prepared to share with mortals, that could potentially ascend them to godhood themselves, and each had their own ideas about where to hide it away. Humans, the era, god of the night, wanted to put the heart deep underground, where humanity couldn't dig far enough to get to it. While Belosine, god of the forge, wanted to craft a puzzle box that couldn't be opened by mortal hands, and put the heart inside. And Susaman, god of the water, wanted to hide it at the bottom of the ocean, where no human could dive deep enough to retrieve it. But what they were arguing about, where to hide it, a magpie had come to watch them. Oh, you don't? Here, I actually know the sign for this one. You pinch your thumb and forefinger together like this. Right, then you pluck at the corner of your mouth. Like this. Yes, just like that. It's close to the sign for bird, right? Magpies are a kind of bird, entirely too clever for their own good. They are wicked little troublemakers. They love to pull pranks and cause chaos, and they'll go to great lengths to steal anything remotely shiny, as long as they can reasonably carry it off. And that was what happened while the gods were fighting. The magpie crept up, quiet and unnoticed, and snatched up the heart in its beak. He didn't get away clean, of course. The gods were furious and threw everything they had after him to try to get the heart back. Yugosthera, god of the sun, made spirits of pure light to lead him into their trap. Phasmos, the god of death, created beings that were neither dead nor alive, to ceaselessly track him down. Terodera, the god of the hunt, made creatures that were part human and part beast to tear him apart when they found him. But the magpie was too clever, too fast, too nimble for all of their tricks. He managed to get away with the heart, which he took to his mortal lover. Oh yes, it was a time when creatures could take many forms. The magpie knew that if the gods were successful, mortals would never have access to magic, wouldn't even be able to recognize it for what it was, and his other forms would be lost to him. Hiding their heart would have blinded us to the nature of the world. Stealing it, giving it away, was the only way to keep humanity out of the dark. So even if humans can't make our own magic, we can still use it, see it, feel it. The heart transformed the pair of them into entirely new creatures, not human, and not the gods. They were the first Fae. Oh, right. And the sign for the heart is a bit different than for a heart. You hold your hands out flat fingers together like that. Yeah, and clasp them together. There you go. Just move it down in front of your heart. Yeah, exactly like the beak snapping shut. I saw what happened to it. Well, no one really knows for sure. Scholars have been arguing about it for centuries. Some say that a magpie and a mortal consumed the heart, and this is what turned them into the first of the Fae. Some say that once they were transformed by the magic of the heart, they approached the only god who hadn't come after them, full lagula of laughter, and gave it back to the gods. Yet others think that they kept the heart, and it is what gives Fae creatures their power to this day. What legends are clear about is that once the chase is over, most of the gods had abandoned their creations. The monsters they conjured were left to roam the world and terrorize mortals, with no one to guide them, until the first Fae took them in and made them family. Wait, you know a different version of the story? What do you mean? I'm sorry, I really need to brush up on my hand language. The heart wasn't stolen by a magpie in the story, you know. I got that part. That sign you used after. I'm assuming that means octopus? No, bigger. Much. Okay, much bigger like a kraken. Alright, yes, a kraken. And that was a pearl. The most perfect pearl in the entire ocean. So you know the heart of the world has sands clasped with fingers lanced in front of your heart, like the tentacles of the kraken. As you have seen something like that before. Maybe someone from Suna. Earlier when I said people were missing from the islands, did I mean Suna? Yes, I did. People come and go from my port city all the time, but not like this. In the last 6 months, 6 people have just opened sticks and vanished. 6 people who showed no signs of wanting to go anywhere or needing to disappear. 6 people with lives and families and homes to return to, and half of them came from Suna. Nothing myself or investigators can come up with seems to connect them. And it took gods too many months to arrange a meeting between my parents and Suna's royal family to try to pool our resources. Ah yes, that's why you haven't gotten to see much of them for a bit. They've been preparing for the arrival of Suna's royal family. In addition to the people being directly involved, Suna Satellini has a history of helping mainlanders find people who have lost their way at sea. It seems to be the only option we have left at this point, before the evidence. Are you sure you want to talk about this? It's a very heavy subject. You nod your head so quickly. I don't want to put you off. We can still just talk about the stars. What weighs on you? always on me. You forget how you found me. I'm not innocent or naive. No, I know you're not. I remember very well how I found you that day, tangled in sailcloth and baring your teeth like a wild thing at the sailors who tried to take advantage of that. I don't know if it startled me or the more when you drew blood. Alright, I get it. You're not that squeamish. Except, well, there really isn't all that much to be squeamish about. Like I told you, not a single one of our missing people left anything behind to tell us where they went. They just vanished. Three from Kosale, a single father of two, an elderly fishmonger taking care of the adult nephews, and a young woman about our age, who originally claimed from Glaze. From what we can tell, the ones from schooner were a sailor's apprentice, a weaver, and a young boy, about 14 years old. Not a single one talked about wanting to go anywhere, about having enemies, about anything other than continuing their routine up until the point they disappeared. Only 2 of the 6 were really all that proficient at sailing, and only one made a habit of diving. They were all different ages, varying genders. What hobbies they shared with everyone in their communities. The last hope we have now is that Tsuna will be able to guide us around the outlying islands and hidden coasts beyond the limits of the port. Maybe there are some signs of them out there. You're right. Oh, past tense question. Did you write? Document. Okay, I get it. Nodded. A list. Closer. A profile. Did I write profiles for the missing people? Yes, we did. Myself and our investigators. There's not much in some of them, but you want me to bring them to? Did you just say your table in the library? No, don't duck away. Come on, it's alright. I'm happy about it. Please don't be embarrassed. I'm delighted with how happy being in the library makes you. I don't think I've ever seen someone shake with excitement like that before. Right, yes. You told me before. Books that I try. One of these days you're going to have to explain to me why that's such a rare occasion for you. So you want me to bring those profiles to the library? Good scholars hard at work. Good scholars work together. You want to work together? Okay, I get it. You want to help, but why? If it were my people, I would pray that Sosa Mammon send me any help he could spare. Oh no, that's a dangerous game. Its blessings are almost as bad as its curses. You have no idea. No, I guess I don't. I haven't been foolhardy enough to try it. My mother always likes to say, be careful when you bow your head. You never know who might be listening to your prayers. So some man is a reckless enough bet. I don't want to know who or what you imagine would be the worst gamble. Okay, alright. I'll bring the profiles down to the library tomorrow and we can get started together. Do some cross-referencing, some research, maybe with a fresh set of eyes. We can uncover something that I couldn't see before. Come here. You can squeeze me like that and not get one back. I still don't quite understand what makes you so eager to help. But I'm grateful. I don't remember praying for it, but maybe Susan sent you to help me after all. I can feel you shaking with laughter. So shameless. Oh, I might be a little late coming to the library tomorrow. Like I told you, the sooner royal family is arriving and my parents have asked me to entertain their heir, Thomas, until they get himself settled. I have no idea how long that might take, but I promise I'll be there as soon as I can get away. As if I could ever forget when I have you waiting for me. Now come on, why don't you show me some of what you've learned from your dry divination books?